dirt, building my dome. Concrete walls, yeah, it's my home. Stockpile stacked with rations tight. Prep for the dark, we'll light the fight. Forage the woods, take what I need. Off-grid living, no time for greed. Barter goods in the shadow shade. Tactical steps in plans I've laid. Back to the bunker where the truth won't bend. Water and food where the road might end. Bug out bags by the door, stand tall, prepared for the fall. Yeah, prepared for it all. Generators hum, a comforting sound. Blackout nights when chaos surrounds. Seeds in jars, yeah, we're growing life. Homesteading strong in a time of strife. No high-tech wires, no web to roam. Resilience beats the world unknown. Hands in the soil, hearts in the fight. Staying ready every day, every night. Back to the bunker where the truth won't bend. Water and food where the road might end. Bug out bags by the door, stand tall, prepare for the fall. Yeah, prepare for it all. Back through the bunker where the truth won't bend. Water and food where the road might end. Bug out bags by the door, stand tall, prepare for the fall. Yeah, prepare for it all. Prepare for it all. Yeah, prepare for it all.
There we go. There we go. That darn button got me again. Welcome, everybody. Hopefully my sound is 5x5. Somebody can tell me what is going on. It would be greatly appreciated. Just got the headsets running, got the microphone working, and we're ready to get into the CENTCOM brief. Before we do that, let's go ahead and recognize the people who showed up. The people who show up are so important in life. It's really important. So, Cindy Hoff, first, Cool Colt. Actually, no, that's Cole. Number 2, Deanna, you are deterred. We got Cool Colt. We got Northern Prepper. I don't recognize you, bro. Make sure you hit that subscribe. I got something new coming out. You might be interested in. Let's see here. We got the Cool Colt, Cindy Hoffman, Northern Prepper, Deanna. There we go. Okay, so we've got a handful of people in here. Looks like we have about 10 people watching. If you have not checked in, please do so now. This is kind of a community thing. Okay, so first and foremost, thank you for hanging out with me tonight. I know this was kind of impromptu, but I was like, you know what? I may not be able to do anything tomorrow because got to take the girlfriend to her. It's Nick L. Nick L. Damn. I think I just haven't seen you in so long, bro. I just don't remember. There's so many people. But like I was saying, tomorrow morning I got to take the girlfriend to one of her chemo treatments, and it's going to conflict with my Friday 10 a.m. thing. So I figure, hey, Thursday, let's knock it out, and we can go from there. Oh, Bradley Collins. Bradley Collins is playing poker on a Wednesday. You're such a... Oh, you're killing me, man. Anyway, that's from the members chat. If you're not a member, then you don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe you should be a member. There's a link in the description. Okay, so tonight we're going to be... This is War Wednesday, where we talk about the war, the Iranian war, blah, blah, blah. But obviously, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. A lot of crazy stuff. Like I was saying, hey, Ian, good to see you, bro. Before we get into it, I got something I need to tell you. I was going to show it to you, but I decided not to. Let me see. Let me see. No, it's not there. I should have had this queued up. I completely apologize. Let's get this. Because I really want to show you. Let's see here. No, we're not going to do that. It's killing me, man. It's killing me. I started a new channel. And its focus is just prepping. No talking about war, no doom and gloom, no hunting for clicks. That's right. There's a link in the description. Let me go find it right here. Let's see here. Right there. Join my new channel. Click on that one right there. I'm going to pull this over to this screen real quick here. And then I'm going to click this button over here, be on another screen. There it is. Just prepping. It's that simple, guys. That's what the entire focus of this is going to be. Never on this channel will you see any doom and gloom or chasing any clicks or talking about, oh my God, it's wartime, so we definitely need to run over there and we need to buy as much toilet paper as we can, and don't forget your boom sticks and your tactical gear. It's not going to be anything like that. It's just going to be flat out prepping. And I have like the original or the first cut of it done, but I wanted to add like some like video from the old time. And I was really watching my old videos earlier today. I used to make some really kick-ass just prepper videos, just prepper stuff, survival stuff. No doom and gloom, no craziness, just like 5 C's of survival, tools and gear and stockpiling food and maybe even a little bit of cooking, but and even a lot of fire talks. That kind of stuff was pretty cool. If you were around for the old fireside talks, do me a favor. Put a 1 in the chat, because that'll tell you how old this is on. This is my 3rd iteration of what I'm trying to do, and what I found was I basically destroyed the viewership of this particular channel when I transitioned from local prepper to the local prepper project, and then all the way out to Cal was here. And I didn't see it. I didn't understand what I was doing. And so, yeah, I've completely destroyed it. I did the research, and I found out that the people that are watching this channel aren't really watching, like the things that they watch aren't really preppers. They watch other things that aren't just prepper stuff. So I created this channel. Hopefully you guys will go there. There is a link in the description. Join up. I'm working on the intro video right now, and then I've got another video, and I'm going to try and get like 3 different videos. Hey, Bradley, it's good to see you, bro. Hopefully you're winning tonight. You probably got me in your ear, broseph. But yeah, do me a favor, find that link, and yeah, click it, because it's going to be good. It's going to be good. We're going to put a 1-minute timer. Also, we're going to put a 1-minute timer on this. If you guys haven't noticed, there are no commercials. This is a completely demonetized live stream. I'm starting to move away from that, particularly with the live streams, because it's just not beneficial. People don't like that. I have a lot of options on the monetization side that I could use, but let's keep the lights on. Everybody understands that one right there. And so there we go. Get inspired examples. I don't want to do that. And boom, lots of options. Okay, so I just turned on the super chats. If you guys are interested, you can throw some in there. You can keep the lights on. You keep the cats fed. You can keep me traveling back and forth from North Carolina to Virginia. But we have been talking about too much bull already, because we're supposed to be talking about War Wednesday. Hopefully you guys have your adult drink with you. I have some myself. Sitting here betting on pocket nines. I have no idea what that is, because I'm not a poker player, but I still love you, bro. Okay, so coming off on all that stuff there. I guess the smart thing to do is hit the CENTCOM brief because this CENTCOM brief is 2 hours old. It's the newest thing out there. I'm going to make the screen bigger for you. We're going to flip this over here, and we're going to just see what we got here. Hopefully the sound is good. I'll be paying attention. If the sound is weird, guys, say something in the chat.
Hi, I'm Admiral Brad Cooper, Commander of U.S. Central Command, here with my 5th update on Operation Epic Fury. We're in the 4th week of the campaign and remain on plan or ahead of plan in achieving very clear military objectives for eliminating Iran's ability to project power in meaningful ways outside its borders. U.S. forces have struck more than 10,000 military targets. In fact, we hit the 10,000th Iranian target just hours ago. And if you combine what we've accomplished with the success of our Israeli ally, together we have struck thousands more, clearly demonstrating that we're stronger together. Our precision strikes have overwhelmed Iranian air defenses, and our combat flights over Iran are having tangible effects. Here are a few examples. For decades, Iranian warships have roamed regional waters, threatening and harassing global shipping. But those days are over because we've now destroyed 92% of the Iranian Navy's largest vessels. They are not sailing, and my operational assessment is that they've now lost the ability to meaningfully project naval power and influence around the region and around the world. As we've highlighted previously, Iran's drone and missile launch rates are down by more than 90%, meaning their ability to attack American forces and regional neighbors is drastically reduced. And not only have we significantly degraded Iran's naval, drone, and missile capabilities, we've also removed the regime's ability to rebuild them. Before Operation Epic Fury, Iran had large-scale manufacturing capacities to not only build naval vessels, missiles, and attack drones, but also to advance and proliferate these technologies to regional and global bad actors. Today, we've damaged or destroyed over 2/3 of Iran's missile, drone, and naval production facilities and shipyards, and we're not done yet. We are on a path to completely eliminate Iran's wider military manufacturing apparatus, which is why my operational assessment continues to be Iran's combat capability is declining as U.S. combat capability continues to increase. U.S. forces maintain air superiority over Iran's skies, having now flown over 10,000 combat flights. As I mentioned in my last update, refueling tankers are extending our reach, and fighters and bombers are delivering precise strikes against our primary objectives. Let me highlight our B-52 bomber force, which is executing a high volume of strikes into Iran and demonstrating our unmatched dominance in the air. Now in their 8th decade of flight, our B-52 bombers are executing strikes into Iran with up to 70,000 pounds of munitions on each mission. Our B-52 pilots and aircrew embody the courage and resilience of the more than 50,000 American sons and daughters serving in uniform during this operation. There is no adversary too determined, no mission too difficult, and no task too great for our soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, Guardians, and Coast Guardsmen. I just could not be prouder of our troops, and I know the American people share that same pride. Thanks so much. Godspeed.
There we go. I found it. Thank you very much, Cindy. I appreciate you. And anybody else who does pop in. I turned that off so because I had my son is graduating to become a sheriff, and they want me to come to be at his graduation. Hopefully, I'm not giving that away. And so, yes, I'm going to do that. But what I was saying was. That's right up CENTCOM. That is about a little over 2 hours ago, and this is our. It's absolutely amazing. You know, coming from somebody who has actually been on the end of that order to do bad things to bad people in bad places. It's very enlightening. It's very for lack of better words. I don't want people calling me a warmonger or anything like that. War sucks. I don't wish it on anybody. But there is something about someone in the military who has they have removed the restraints from the warrior. There's nothing like fighting with one arm tied behind your back. And I'm so glad to see that this is happening with the Department of War, aka Department of Defense. I'm so glad to see that there is so much support on that side. I'm actually seeing that there's a lot of support on the left as well, because they want their kids. So here's, for my friends on the left, listen to me carefully. I'm going to tell you something very important. When you whine and complain about your kids being sent to war, when you throw fits about your kids being sent to war, when your side of the government complains about things happening in war, it does no good. It puts shackles on them. It makes things more dangerous for them. And I hate to say this, but I do have the tickler and the disclaimer out there. You just need to shut the fuck up and let your kids do their jobs. It's that easy. They have the best chance of survival. They have the best chance of not being maimed or wounded or psychologically damaged from PTSD if you just shut your damn mouths and let your kids do the job that they signed up for. Okay? So with that said, if you agree with me, put a 1 in the chat, guys. Put a 1 in the chat. All right, so with that, some of the news, and I don't want to regurgitate it, but I just want to make people present of it because it's the end of the day. It's 7 o'clock. You may have not had time to listen to some of these things that are ongoing. The AP is normally pretty good about having an updated tickler. Apparently, there's this big talk, this tit for tat, this back and forth about. I want to change this view. 1 second, guys. I want to make this. I like that better. About like negotiations, not negotiations. All right, let's play one side of the coin. One side of the coin is Iran is absolutely right. There's no negotiations. We'll never negotiate with the great Satan. And you're all big fat liars, Americans. Your administration's lying. Okay, let's say we are lying. So what? This is war. We'd like to negotiate. We'd like to stop having to bomb the hell out of you. And pretty much all you'd really have to do is say, no more nuclear weapons, no more nuclear program, because you can't be trusted. You've proven yourself over the last 20 years to not be trustable. You have basically no honor, and we know that. So we need to treat you like a little kid, or stop trying to kill everybody. Stop financing terrorism. Stop doing all these bad things in the region, okay? And we'll back up. We got no reason to bother you, right? And then the other side of that coin is that there are negotiations, but as usual, Iran is like walking around with a chip on their shoulder, telling people that the sand's going to be covered with the blood of Americans, and we can do this and we can do that. And they surprised us when they fired that missile out at Diego Garcia in the middle of the Indian, or no, is that the Indian Ocean? I think it's the Indian Ocean. Somebody tell me in the chat. The reality is that so now Europe is like, oh crap, they can reach us if they really want to, if something really goes down. So now they have to tread really lightly, and now they have to be like, hey, America, especially the UK, those bastards. I have friends in England that just are so sick of their government and their childish and ridiculous stuffs. Over there, they have to kind of like walk on eggshells because, oh, by the way, if we help or even say that we're helping, they could possibly reach us. And they don't have any air defense in their area. You know what I'm saying? There's no missile defense system in Europe other than in Russia and Ukraine. It's that easy. easy targets. So the Europeans are walking very lightly, saying very nice things and trying to say, America, silently, we support what you're doing now because we don't want this to ever happen again to us. We know it can happen. We don't want it to happen, right? But on the other side, they're like, Iran, please don't do anything stupid. So with that said, live updates, Iran dismisses the U.S. ceasefire plan and issues its own counter proposal, which we're not going to go over because basically this peace plan was a joke. This peace plan was a total joke. It wasn't issued by the Americans. So I did the research here, and apparently it was the New York Times was the first news organization to actually report. Let me go ahead and flip you guys over here. No, not yet. To actually report that this alleged 15-point plan and negotiation / ceasefire with Iran actually existed. They sent this article out on the 24th, basically saying, yeah, it exists, and here's the 15 points. There's only one problem with that. The administration said, yeah, there's some valid stuff in there, but it's not real. So some dipstick made the whole thing up, a.k.a. the New York Times, sources, all right? And then, obviously, then it was regurgitated by NBC News today, actually. Bloomberg regurgitated it. You got the DW, you got France 24, the Washington Post reference or built out initial reporting. Later, the AP, Reuters, the Wall Street Journal, BBC, Al Jazeera picked it up. It's like they Oh, well, now we have to talk about it. They're a bunch of chicken heads. It's crazy, Let's get off the war and talk prepping. That's for another channel, bro. Just prepping. Google it. Look it up. I don't know if the algorithm has it just yet, but there's a link in the description. You know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do for you guys? Let me come on over here. We're gonna do this. Let's copy this. Copy a clean link, and we're gonna pop that in the chat because I'm gonna promote the hell out of my new channel because it's gonna be freaking awesome. It's gonna be awesome. Nothing but prepping. So anyway, with all that said, like I was telling, the AP is pretty good at talking about things. We've got an update. 6 people arrested in plot to kill Kuwaiti leaders. Ministry of Interior says. Oh boy, gee, I wonder who's trying to kill the people in the Kuwaiti leaders. Gee, I wonder who might want to do that. Yeah. Where are we at here? Let's see. And then, of course, you've got the crazy stuff at Pentagon, Christian service. Hegseth prays for violence against those who deserve no mercy. I think Hegseth is walking a tight line, but he's got to be fire and brimstone right now. He really has to be fire and brimstone right now, because if he doesn't, then he's going to be kind of like seeing, I hate to say it, but it's like having the right leader at the right time is very, very important. During the Gulf War, the Marine Corps had Colonel Al Gray. And this guy, you ever see like you walk the halls of like a prominent place? If you were in the military, this stuff, like who the leaders are, or like the line of presidents. You know what I'm saying? The pictures. Well, in the Marine Corps, you've got for the commandants of the Marine Corps, they're like our God. They're like our what do we call those? Our tribe. He's the leader of our tribe, right? And the way it works is like, so they're showing like different commandants throughout the ages, and they're all like in their dress blues and the ribbons and badges and medals and all sorts of stuff, and they're none of them smile. They're all this guy, he has his official picture in those old school 3-color tricolor green camis, the green and black camis that associated the military, the U.S. military, for so many years before they went to digital. He's got a crisp cover on. It's all starched out. It's got the quatrefoil look to it. And he's got this big shit-eating grin on his face. Yeah, I'm the commandant, and we're going to war. Al Gray was the best. And it's very important to have a wartime leader when you're in war. It's that easy. So I think that Hegseth is doing the right thing. I can't you know, I can't fault his, you know, his religious values. What's up, Star? Canada. I haven't seen your cohort yet here. He is good, but seems too cocky sometimes. Well, you know, I think I don't know that it's cockiness, Brad. I don't know that it's cockiness. I think it's just you got to remember, he was part of the media. He was on Fox News like forever, right? So he like knows all these people, and he knows all the bad ones and all the good ones. And he's like, no, shut up, man. You don't know what you're talking about. And here's why. We're going to go wreck these frickin' people. And no matter what you say, we're just going to ignore you because you're not worth our time. Thanks for showing up, though. Next, you know, I don't know that it's cocky. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, here's the thing. When you walk the walk and you talk the talk, you know what I'm saying? That walk the walk is more important because the people under you see who you are, that you're willing to go do the things that they do, that you've done the things that they have to do, no questions asked. And you've taken those chains off and said, go do your job. You're good at it. You know, and I think it's more of that. I think it's more of that. But we got Trump's potential troop deployment is getting pushed back on Capitol Hill. And there's a reason for that. I'm going to click over here. I'm not sure if this is the right one, but we're going to click on this one right here. So we've got live updates. The White House says Trump will unleash hell if Iran does not make the deal. And this is from 6:54 p.m. So this is 30 minutes old. 30 minutes old. I think this is a good video right here. We're going to go ahead and start playing this right here. And I'm going to just hit the refresh button. Maybe that'll get that puppy started. There it goes. There we go. Come on.
This hour is from Washington, where
right,
just a short time ago, Caroline Leavitt just updated the media in the press briefing. One of the key topics discussed was Operation Epic Fury and its progress toward completion.
The core objectives of Operation Epic Fury and this military mission continues unabated. From the outset, President Trump and the Department of War estimated it would take approximately 4 to 6 weeks to achieve this critical mission. 25 days in, the greatest military the world has ever known is ahead of schedule and performing exceptionally.
CBS News White House reporter Olivia Rinaldi has the information from our Washington bureau. Olivia, what were the highlights of this briefing?
Well, Meg, it's good to see you. First, the top highlight is that Caroline Leavitt was disputing the fact that the U.S. Had given a 15-point plan to intermediators to send that to the Iranians as part of this deal. She's saying that there was no 15-point plan. She told people not to report that. She said it was floated in the media. She cautioned reporters against reporting about speculative points or speculative plans from anonymous sources. She went on to say that there were some parts of the plan that are true, including no nuclear weapon, destroying their ballistic capabilities, their Navy, their defense forces, and making sure that Iran would not in the future try to make a nuclear weapon. But as far as the exact 15 points, she disputed that, saying that those are not exactly true. And she would caution all reporters to not say anything that did not come from the White House. She did say that talks are continuing between the U.S. and Iran, but did not say exactly who the U.S. is talking to inside of Iran. Some of our own reporting suggests that there are intermediators that are talking between the country of Pakistan, Turkey as well, who are having conversations as third parties between the U.S. and Iran. But she says that some of these negotiations include the Vice President, the Secretary of State, Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, and the President's son-in-law, Jared Kushner. As far as the troop movements that are happening and going towards Iran, including the 82nd Airborne, Caroline said that part of that was to continue giving the president some options in the region. So notable there, especially as we are in this 5-day period where the president has paused any strikes on Iranian energy infrastructure. Lastly, Caroline also noted that the president's trip to China, which was scheduled to start later this week at the end of this month of March, has been moved officially to March 15th, 14th, and 15th. And when asked if that means the war will be done by then, Caroline said the expectation of the war was to be between 4 and 5 weeks, but she will not get ahead of the president in saying when this mission will be completed. Meg?
All right, so Olivia, the other big topic, and everybody wants to know, is when we're going to see an end to this partial government shutdown. We've all been seeing these.
So that's off topic, and we're not gonna worry about the government shutdown because we all know why it's happening. We all know who's making this happen. We all know what the giant complaint is. And if you haven't noticed, nobody's screaming about TSA anymore because Homeland Security sent all the freaking ICE agents over there. Oh, they can't do anything. They're not trained to do anything. It takes 6 months to train a TSA agent. Really? It takes 6 months to do that freaking job? What a joke. Anyway, somebody's full of crap at some point, right? If you believe it takes 6 months to train a TSA agent, there's something wrong. There's definitely something wrong. Also, let's see here. I did notice, I don't want to miss you out. Bradley, thank you for the $4.99. Let's see, drinking that PBR, hard to hear, but I won that hand. So off to a good start. There we go. Thank you very much. Appreciate you, bro. That should keep, why do I have a blue dot over there? What is that? What's this blue dot thing? There we go. But yeah, that will definitely keep the lights on. If you guys haven't noticed, there's like a lot of empty shelves. Like, there's a lot of stuff missing from over there. Does this look like? Oh, what's that look like? Yeah, that's right. Because the move is ongoing. Trip number 5 completed yesterday. We're making headroom. We are making some headroom, guys. And it's funny too. 5 van trips, and almost all of it was just prepping gear or survival gear or prepping food. Ammo, things like that. It was pretty crazy, and I think I have to make another one before we can actually do like family stuff. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. Okay, so getting back on point, guys, we've hit the halfway mark. I need to pay some bills. Let's just pay some bills real quick, okay? And as usual, let's see. Do me a favor. Put a 1 in the chat if you love your country, America. I'm gonna drink some stuffs. I'm going to drink some stuffs that just fit in here that it's made for adults. I'm going to talk some smack. I'm going to read you some news. And we're going to talk about total annihilation of Iranian infrastructure in the second half. So let's go ahead and pay those bills. All right, slackers, listen up. Here's the deal. Refuge Medical. Best medical training and equipment company on the planet. You guys, it's just smart. This is where I make the videos. I'm not... That's right.
That was easy.
Oh, yeah. And here's the deal, guys. Here's the deal. Refuge Medical. Here's why. Here's the why. Smart. Real. American. Guys, if you're not catching all this, if you're not catching what I'm putting down, I don't know what to tell you. But here's the deal. Guys, if you're going to spend any money on any type of trauma gear, medical gear whatsoever, and find that gear now. Why? Because it's made by Americans, in Americans, for Americans, sourced with American logistics, not a joke. It's just that easy. It's that easy. It's that. It's easy. All right, let's go back to the video. Okay, so we are back, and on top of that, before we get into Bradley College, let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see here. That's right. Somebody, did you just figure out that you don't got to give me $5? I love it. That's why I picked all of the colors. If you guys haven't noticed that for the super chats, it doesn't have to be like $20 or anything like that. It could be a drop in the bucket, but every penny counts and is totally appreciated. So with that said, let's go over here onto the other screen. And if no one has told you yet, you know what? I think, is it B? No, H. Nope, that's not it. There's a button that I want to put here. Bookmarks, there you go. Boop, there we go. It makes a little bit. The 82nd Airborne, guys. They are mobilizing the 82nd Airborne. Ian, thank you very much. Merita. Was that supposed to be America or Merita? I'm accepting both, guys. Make sure you guys give these boys the thumbs up. Give these guys that thumbs up that they deserve. Thank you very much. No, I didn't figure just getting broke. Everybody's getting there, man. Everybody's getting there. That's the BAE of a tasty drink. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's why I had to take I had to take this stuff out of its original container. It's the American way. It's the American way. So if you didn't know this, Trump is sending the 82nd Airborne paratroopers to Iran. What's next? Well, you know, they open with the United States is sending 7,000 additional Army and Marine troops to the Middle East, signaling the possibility of ground operations in the Iran war. Guys, this is a leverage. This is a tactic. This is something that every leader uses. It's a flex. You know what I'm saying? And frankly, you know, that's you know, they call the 82nd Airborne America's 911 force. I mean, it's not really true. There's no red phone, anything like that. I love the 82nd Airborne. I love my Army brethren in service. But you know, the fact is that Marines are on air alert 24/7. If you know what that is, you know what that is. That's right, air alert battalion, ready to go inside of minutes of a phone call. Not a joke. Served on it several times, deployed several times. But the reality is that the 82nd Airborne is mobilizing. Now, will they get on planes and go someplace else? I hope not. And the reason is because we kind of lose that. You know, if we put them someplace, it's like moving them around just cause, and then we got to support them and all this other stuff. I hope they don't do that. I hope the idea is that they get on planes right there where they're located. I'm not going to break out that OPSEC. You can look it up. You can pretty much look 82nd Airborne location. It'll tell you exactly where they're stationed. But anyway, you know, you got looks like another MEU is heading over to Iran as well. From what I can tell, they haven't organized it as a Marine Expeditionary Unit just yet. But in a nutshell, they're moving ground troops into the area. It's a buildup. Hopefully they will not get used. But here's the thing. Multiple teams, multiple missions. And I think that that might be a smart move. It might be a really smart move. Now, as promised, we're going to talk about something really, really important. And the reality is that this talk of destroying, and this kind of goes right up that prepper route, that little prepper thought, a think tank. You know, for us in America, the power outage is like, oh crap, and then the longest I ever went without power was 9 days. I know there's people out there that have gone longer than I have, but 9 days kind of opens your eyes when you live in the country. You know, you either have a generator or you don't. You either have a solar backup or you don't. It's the middle of summer. You either have a fan and the ability to run it or you don't. And so there's a huge difference between that and somebody knocking out your freaking power plant. Your ability to actually, like, if you know that there's no way for them to get you power for like months, you know, then this is a serious life-changing event. This is like right up there. Let's just go, you know, SHTF short of Titawaki. If you know, you know. But so what I wanted to do is kind of educate you on a few things, okay? And then kind of talk about like, well, I don't know if, you know, it's like it's kind of a what if scenario. And it's kind of a what if scenario because there's lots of this, lots of okay? But they have the same problem in Iran that we have in the United States. If you destroy a transformer, guess where they get it from? China. They get it from China. Yeah, because that's where they make the damn things. They don't make them in Iran. And they're launching missiles at all their neighbors. So even if they got a couple backups, they're not going to throw them their way. So some food for thought. Some food for thought. First and foremost, we hear about attacking a nuclear power plant. Now, let's go ahead and throw this up here. I pulled this up here. I wanted you guys to see it. I actually know more about this nuclear power plant than a lot of people would know because of the job that I had several years ago working for working. If you know what the J7 is, you know what the J7 is. That's all I'm going to say. But this is Bashir nuclear power plant. First of all, they talk about multiple power. Iran has one nuclear power plant. It's Bashir. It's on the coast. This is actually what it looks like. And if you zoom all the way out here, okay, this is Bashir, right? That's Tehran. It's on the other side of the country. Now, they say that there's a nuclear power plant up in this region, but that's not true. There's nuclear power companies up in that region, okay? And then you've got the Islamic power plant of the you got the atomic power plant of the Islamic Republic. But when you zoom into, like, let's look at, oh, what is it? It's nothing, okay? So just even talking about, so this is Qajar. It's nowhere near it's nowhere near frickin' Tehran. So Istamar, there we go, energy. But the bottom line is that they have different power plants, okay? So you got the Rushtar power plant. It's way down inside here. You know, this is clearly a power plant. It's actually making power. I mean, you can see the screen. There are several photos of it. It's the real deal. This is a real power plant, right? But notice its distance to Tehran. It's a distance. All right, so it's a good hour away. So is it receiving power in Tehran? Yes, more than likely. Okay, what we got here? We got the Shodadai combined plant. That's, what is this? This is an hour's drive away. Okay, they've got a little wind power plant here that's an hour and 25 minutes away. But honestly, they don't really get much out of it. And then you got the Bashir. There we go. There we go. And then you got another power. So once we move further and further away. And so what would be the tactic? What would be the tactic? The tactic would likely be to not necessarily destroy power plants in the Tehran region. Okay. It's just not very smart. Where are we at here? Let's go with Tehran, Iran. All right. So, and it's a pretty good city. It's a pretty good sized city. You know, it's ATM machines, movie theaters, shopping malls. Lots of people live there. Look, boom, look at this. That's Tehran, guys. It's a real place. You know, it's semi-modern, but people live here. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing. What if all of the power in that city went out and couldn't come back on? Imagine what it's going to be like after 72 hours. Because, you know, after the first hour, it's like, yeah, okay. It's a problem, but don't worry. Inshallah, God wills it. He'll make it happen for us, right? Day 2, grandma doesn't have power. What are we going to do? There's no power? Running water. I wonder where the water's coming from. Because they don't really get a lot of rain there. They really are more focused on desalination plants and things of that nature. And day 3 comes around. Oh boy, what do you think's happening on day 4? You think the Walmart trucks are run? You think the local shawarma is kicking out those tasty sandwiches? You think that's what's happening? I'm here to tell you that's not what's going to happen. What's going to happen is these people are going to turn into maniacs. They're going to turn into absolute maniacs. And then we're going to be hearing about, the UN Security Council is going to be having meetings and telling us how bad things are. You made this happen, blah, blah, blah. But here's the thing. They could easily strike just one of the power plants that was maybe off to the east or off to the west. And like, you think that America doesn't know what percentage of power is being provided to Tehran, the city of Tehran, with, per power plant? You think that they don't know that? I mean, we got to really kind of get smart with this, guys, and really understand what this would really mean. And they can Allah Akbar all day long, but the reality is that one carefully placed munition, and it's never going to be to a nuclear power plant. It's too dangerous that you're going to end up with another Chernobyl. And it's funny, too, because they actually had, there was reports that not only yesterday, but today, they bombed that nuclear power plant. But here's the thing. I'm going to show you something. Like I said, it's very interesting. I want to show you something, guys. This is Google Earth, right? And so the plants, they blew up a building that was 350 meters away from the power plant, right? And so this is the main power plant right here. This is a secondary plant that they were trying to build. And this was a third one that they were trying to build, but they just ran out of money. They were trying to go 1, 2, 3, all right? How do I know? Because I know, all right? Over here, what do we got? I'm going to show you a few things. So basically, you just have infrastructure over here. This is the main plant right here. These are the conductive cells. This is where these two buildings, they control. If you know anything about nuclear power plants, I know a little bit. But this is where the water gets drawn in to cool that power plant off, okay? And this is where the water is pushed out. Yeah, it's pretty interesting stuff, right? But here's the thing. They blew up a building 350 meters from the power plant, all right? So if we throw this down here, I want to show you something. We're going to do this in meters. Yeah, we're going to do this in meters, and we go like this. Watch this. Boom. And we're going to stretch this out to 350 meters. 270, 280, 290, 3. Oh boy, what's that? 350 meters. Gee, what's that? I wonder what that is. So they basically, that both the U.S. and Israel have bombed this site. We're blowing things up with precision munitions right now. That's just like, oh, look at that truck. It's on the highway. Look at that truck hiding behind that stupid building. Kaboom. Goodbye. You know what I'm saying? There's no more. Have you noticed that the videos aren't airplanes and they're not ships? They're all these trucks. They're tracking down all these mobile drone launchers, right? What is exactly 350 meters? Oh, look. We're just going to go ahead and blow up this brand new facility that you're trying to build. I mean, honestly, it's not that new, to be honest with you. But why does it look exactly like that? We're letting them know that we're going to do it, or we can do it anytime we want to. Okay? Anytime we want to. But they're not listening because there's still I don't know what it is with Persians, man. They are just so freaking arrogant. You see it online all the time. And the worst part is with the online stuff, hopefully, if I just educated you guys on nuclear power plants and how things are really happening in the real world, put it one in the chat for us. Let's see here. Grumpy has danger close been redefined. Danger close is interesting because danger close is all about, if you know anything about it, I'm pretty sure Grumpy does. You know, danger close is all about the damage or the destruction. Like, you're too close to this and you're too close to this weapon system, you know, which is a joke. It's absolutely a joke because, you know, it's, and I'm pretty sure, let's see if I got this up right here. Oh, I didn't have it up. Son of a biscuit. Hold on a second, guys. Hold on a second. I'm so sorry. All right. So this is what I was trying to show you guys. All right. All right, so I got to do this all over again, and I'll do it because this is important. So this is a Bashir nuclear power plant, okay? This is a very advanced nuclear power plant. You can come down here and, like, you can see the 3D modeling on it. And let's just say I know the guy who made that 3D model. Not a joke. All right, and then you've got, and they said that they both, was it the 24th? The 24th, Iran hit a building that was 350 meters from the power plant, and the U.S. had done the same. So if we do this, like I said, I'm going to show you this all over again. Boop, there's the building. We're going to zoom that out to 350 meters. Oh, look. Oh, look. So if you didn't know, like I was saying before but not showing you, there's 3 of them. There's the power plant that's operational. This is a nuclear power plant. This is the one that they were building. This is the one they started to build. And as you can see, they started to build this years ago, and just they ran out of money, basically. And then the same thing happened over here. They ran out of money. And then obviously they have this one operational. But right at 350 meters, gee, what's that look like? What's that look like? They're literally telling, we're telegraphing to these people, we can blow up anything we want to. Stop screwing around. But, you know, the Iranians, they don't believe it. They just they don't believe it. It's kind of sad, and unfortunately, this is the kind of action by this foreign government that is probably going to get a lot of people killed. It's probably going to get a lot of people killed, even some of our own, and one of the things that I wanted to show you was, we're in Central Command. Let me go on over here. This is the ridiculousness. This is the ridiculousness of these people. And let me do something. Let me flip this over here. I'm going to make this bigger so you can see it. We're going to jack that back. Now watch this, guys. I want you to watch this, okay? There we go. Boom, just like that. Watch this. This is the propaganda that they're kicking out.
Are you ready? Ready. Good to go. 3, 2, 1.
You guys see anything wrong with that? You guys see anything wrong with this? Is the AI slop that they're kicking out every single day. Every single day. You know, if it's not video game crap, it's this kind of ridiculousness. Like, oh, by the way.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, what about these dudes that are standing right here? They just didn't get completely fried. You know what I'm saying? And why are they all speaking in English? Yeah, this is some really, really top grade stuff, guys. But it's really, it's awful. Like this. This is hilarious. This is hilarious. They're like, you're going to be so scared because we can do this. Yeah, if you guys notice the wings or the ailerons that are coming out, how they just kind of go into the wall itself. Yeah, this giant thing came out of that little bitty hole. You know, I don't know. These guys must think that they're like rocket porn stars, you know? Oh, this is where all of our stuff is, in the mountain. Yeah, we know. We closed all the doors with missiles. This one I love. This one's hilarious. Let's see.
Status check. Systems are active. Ready for launch. Acknowledge. Stand by. Status check on rotation. Scanning sector Alpha. Panel adjustments complete. Hold position.
Is this guy? This guy's like, he's the air defense guy. He's like, This is the AI slop. And the funniest thing, I don't think they understand. I don't think they understand, and here's why. These are the same people that think that modern Americans believe this crap. They believe that modern Americans believe that these are real videos. Any moron can see past this. Any 10-year-old with 2 thumbs and a cell phone can see this is total bull. The other side is that they somehow think, like, who's Mr. Haas? Let's see who Mr. Haas is. Okay? He's a doctor, hematology, oncology, embracing the beauty of an imperfect life. Who's Dr. Haas? Look at Dr. Haas. Dr. Haas, you're a good guy. Why do you look like you're total CGI, Dr. Haas? That's a question. There's so much of this fake junk out there. It's absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane. This guy's a joke. This guy's a joke. Hold on.
خارج از پایگاه‌ها پناه گرفتند و ما به دنبال آنها می‌گردیم. با توجه به اینکه همه پایگاه‌های آمریکا در منطقه از بین رفته است، فرماندهان و سربازان آمریکا فرار و در مخفیگاه‌های خارج از
It's in Spanish and English. This guy needs to be just blown up. So, first guy dead, second guy dead, third guy, nobody knows. Nobody knows. Missing a leg, can't talk, blah, blah, blah. You know, nobody knows because they haven't seen any of this stuff, right? So it's almost like they're like trying to like one psych out Americans, but Americans are like laughing at these people. And the other side of the coin is that they're trying to motivate Iranians to, it's like, the fight is on, the fight is on. 100,000 soldiers in black ninja suits are marching towards the border. It's like, okay, you don't have that many left, and no one's marching anywhere in black suits. And by the way, the internet has been out for over a month in Iran. The only people that have internet in Iran are people who are breaking Iranian law and the Iranian government, and only specific areas of the Iranian government have it. What's up, MDV Monk? Good to see you, bro. Espresso Drinker. I don't believe anyone thinks they are real. I know, that's what I'm saying. It's so wild. It's so wild, man. It's like, how can people... listen, I know there's some dumb people out there, and I shut them down on X all the time. I actually am like one of the reviewers for X posts. I have superpowers. I have X superpowers. I'm an X-Man, you know, so I can be like, no, let's add a note to that. If you ever see like a note that's added to a post, I'm probably one of those guys that approved it and said, hey, this is all bull, or yeah, it's absolutely true. You know, one of those things. It's crazy. Someone in chat is, oh, edgy, so enlightened. I'm not seeing, who's that? Iran is still shooting off and hitting targets themselves. Oh, espresso drinker. Listen, there's no doubt that that's happening. There's no doubt that that's happening. You know, but for every one that they launch, it's like we just shut down like 100 more. We just hit, so it was like 2 or 3 days ago, they announced we hit 8,000 targets. Today, they announced we've hit 10,000 targets. 3,000 targets in like 3 days? Dude, shit is getting schwacked. It's like whack-a-mole out there in the desert. You know what I'm saying? And then all they're doing is using the I won't even say the name of the strategy, but they're just using a strategy where they're just, okay, let's clear this sector out. All right, we're good to go. And we'll just kind of keep an eye on it. We'll keep our air defenders in the air. And anything that shows up, we'll schwack it. All right, moving north. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to do it till it's all gone. Oh, look, a tunnel? Not anymore. Now it's rubble. Dig that out, Iran. That's what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing. You got A-10s going after boats. I mean, an A-10 Warthog pilot, he's like, yep, there's another one. Let's go. You know, guns a-blazing. Not missing, not caring. You know what I'm saying? 30 millimeter freaking depleted uranium rounds punching holes in whatever that, you know, it's turning ships into submarines. You know, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. So, okay, so looks like we are edging up on that 1 hour. If you guys have anything that you want to say, put it in the chat. I'll be happy to reply to it. And I've also noticed that the thumbs up are probably, let me refresh this page. I'm kind of curious. It says there's 60 people watching here, and I have, come on, reload. All right, what are we doing? X that out. I have 7 thumbs up, guys. So do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. It's free and it's good for me. You know damn well I'm over here talking truth. I'm spitting it as hard as I possibly can on this channel because that's the way I want this channel to be. The other channel that I was promoting earlier, the Just Prepping channel, guys, definitely go over there and subscribe because that thing will be kicking out videos most coach. My goal is to do 1 to 2 real world, like no joke, preparedness videos. No smack, no doom and gloom, no political stuff, just prepping at its best. And so, Bradley, I think you've given me like $10 so far. Got to run. Take care, my friend. You too, bro. Guys, make sure you guys give Bradley a thumbs up. Yeah. And don't forget to go over to my new YouTube channel and subscribe. Like right now, I think I had like 4 subscribers. Yeah, let's see. Have any of you guys run over there yet? I'm just curious. Let me see here. I'm gonna switch this out. Let's go back to the main. And what we got here says 4. And now I've got 5. Woohoo, 5. Let me tell you some magic stuff, guys. I banged up this channel so badly the algorithm doesn't know who watches it doesn't watch the videos, the live streams. It doesn't say like people who are preppers watch your channel. Nope. I blew this thing up so badly. So now I'm just going to use it for stuff like this, for live streams, for just getting information out to people. Obviously it's always going to have a prepper spin on it. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's better. I think this channel, it just needs to be the anti news opinion from E3, E3, whatever service. I served in the Army for my 4 years. You're right, you're a patriot, and nobody's taking that away from you. But don't pretend that you know anything about being on a staff. Don't pretend that you knew anything about leaders who made decisions that affected global politics or the global world. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you're not going to see this coming. And these freaking 6 now. Thank you, Ian. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Shaka, bro. It's I'm just tired of them. They're just driving. I'm not even calling them out by name anymore because nobody was even listening. I'm just going to go forward and do good things on just something purely preparedness. All right, we got Espresso Drinker. Grumpy Acres, Iran struck the Israeli chemical complex in Negev and the sole supplier of white phosphorus to the U.S. military. ICL is Israel's largest chemical company. That's not true. That's not true. They are not the sole supplier of white phosphorus. And oh, by the way, white phosphorus rounds are not used very much. It's not a real thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like saying they're the sole suppliers of the military's 7-foot bayonets. It's not a thing anymore. They do exist. They are functional. They have been used before. I want to say that the Geneva Convention has outlawed them, or international law has outlawed them, or has outlawed. International law has outlawed them. But the bottom line is to say that's a common fire mission. HE-WP mix and 4 rounds HE, 4 rounds WP. Boom, boom, boom. Shake and bake. That's what they call that fire mission. Did that job for a little while too. One of the funnest jobs I ever had. Yeah, no one cares. No one cares. Oh, it's the biggest plant that makes the color blue on the planet. So, yeah, they can do that, and they did this, and nobody cares. Nobody cares. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't change the fact that I think we're up to 150 ships now that are all submarines that have unalived sailors on them. You know what I'm saying? It's just mind-blowing. This is a giant game of whack-a-mole, and nothing is going to matter. The infrastructure, the military infrastructure, the military logistical infrastructure in Iran has been decimated. Has it been 100% destroyed? No, it's not going to be. There's always going to be some shit laying around that people can use. You know what I'm saying? We found stockpiles. In Iraq of Russian munitions that were never touched. They were just buried someplace. They were set aside. You know what I'm saying? You're awesome. Love you, man. I appreciate you, Espresso Drinker. Make sure you check out my Just Prepping channel. Let's see here. What am I up to? I'm up to 10 subscribers. You know what I'm going to have to do? It's going to be kind of fun because I remember, like, you guys have probably all seen this before where it's like, help me reach 500 subscribers. We did it, guys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to do that again. It's like, I feel like I'm reborn. I'm like a new baby, on this new channel. And so there will be that. And there's going to be giveaways too, because I have piles of gear. Like I said, I'm on my fifth trip to the new house, or the old new house, to the house, to the homestead. Hint, hint. And almost all of it was preps. So I've got a lot of stuff that companies have sent me that I did gear reviews. I'll continue doing the gear reviews over here. I'm not going to do any gear reviews over on the other side. I might recommend a few things, but for the most part, it's just going to be information. It's going to be knowledge, the brain power of powerness in your brains. So, okay, guys, I want to thank you for hanging out with me. Please hit that thumbs up on the way out the door. If you have not subscribed here, please hit that subscribe button. Also hit that thumbs up. I think I said that. Hit that thumbs up. It really does help. Yeah, that's going to be it. That's going to be a bet. Until the next time, stay safe. Have a great day, and I shall see you when I see you. Bye-bye. And thank you all for keeping the power on around here. I greatly appreciate it. I don't have a I'm leaving, like, I'm out of here video, so I'm just going to